Hey everyone, welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. This time I'm going over a classic, a very beloved classic, and that is the Record of Lodoss War OVA. This is one of the series that we've watched really early on in our, what you call it, anime career. And is it something we want to remember and go back and visit? Record of Lodoss War is a classic anime, an OVA, original video adaptation, or OAV, original adaptation video, whichever one you do, they go back and forth. But basically, this whole story is based around a Dungeons & Dragons campaign, a fairly well-written Dungeons & Dragons campaign, if I add. So, let's just get on with the characters for now. Parn. Parn is the main protagonist. He is the young guy looking to be a hero, dragon slayer, savior of the world, whatever. And, you know, his father was someone famous and blah, blah, blah. And a whole bunch of things started happening, and he's sent out on a quest basically to go get a group of people and save the world from evil, right? That's kind of the basic gist of it, really, really basic of it. He slaps on his father's armor and goes off to form a group. Of that group, you have Slain. He is a wizard, and he is not terribly important, I guess. I don't know. You got Gim. He is a tough old bastard of a dwarf. Kind of cool character. I did like him. You have, was it Ito? He's the cleric healer guy. Another character that I don't really kind of get much out of, I guess. You got Woodchuck. Woodchuck. Yes, there's a character named Woodchuck. He's a thief. Comical guy. He's there with the rest of them. Yeah. And then you got Deedlit. Deedlit, the most popular character of this series by far. Why is that? She is a sexy elf. Nobody complains about sexy elves. People love sexy elves. And Deedlit, she can be a fierce warrior and caring lover all wrapped into one in this like immortal shell of an elf with powers. It's great. But the thing is with this series, a lot of people are not going to like me saying this, but it is overhyped all to hell. The story, the plot, everything about this show is mediocre to subpar. And to a lot of people who have this nostalgia for this series, my recommendation is actually don't go back and watch it. If you're somebody who's watched that anime way back when and continue to watch anime, blah, 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 down the line to this day, do you want to revisit Record of Lodoss War, the OVA? No, you don't. If you have fond memories of this series, don't go back and watch it. You know, it's like me. I got curious. I grew up on Transformers, Masters of the Universe, and G.I. Joe, right? G.I. Joe was the big one for me. I had every figure, toy, everything you could possibly imagine. And not long ago, I was like, I'm going to slap on an episode of this and watch. And my God, the cringe that came over me knowing that I was a fan of this, it practically destroyed me. I mean, you know, fire at will. Which one's will? I mean, it's some of the worst garbage you ever watch. But as a kid, it was great. You know, I guess I can't feel guilty because that stuff was great back then. But oh my God, it did not age. And Record of Lodoss War doesn't really age that well either. It becomes one of those series where, you know, you watched it, you enjoyed it, you loved it, and then when you go back to it, you realize very quickly that there are many other anime that are far superior to this series. Now, that's not to say anything bad about the animation quality. The animation quality in Record of Lodoss War was top notch. I've had actual cell art from this, and I've seen many of them for sale, and especially if you can find some of Deedlit in a wedding dress, one of those cells, they go for thousands of dollars. And the artwork is superb. The artwork in that show is superb. But unfortunately, the story and everything really isn't anything to be whatever with. Basically, you know, the heroes get together, they fight dragons and monsters and all this stuff leading up to two kingdoms going to war and crap. one triumphs over the other, and then one of them gets mysteriously killed, and it turns out it's the Dark Age equivalent of Karen pulling the strings. It's Carla, the Dark Age wizard's gray witch lady that's trying to maintain a balance of good and evil throughout the world by murdering a ridiculous amount of people. Yeah. It's one of those twists that, M. Night Shyamalan would be like, no, it's a twist. No. So the story and everything, I mean, it's really easy to sum. At one point, Deedlit gets kidnapped. Harn has to go rescue her and be the big hero savior and everything. And it's one of those things. It's like, well, he's going to rescue her. That's kind of a given. The whole idea is, we know she's going to get rescued. The idea is, how are we going to get from A to B, right? Where are the curves? Where's the suspense? Where's all this stuff? And it's just like, I'm going to save Deedlit. Hi, Deedlit, I saved you. Yay, they're going to get married. Okay. I mean, there really wasn't much suspense to it. There really wasn't that much build-up for it. Granted, it's an OVA. There's a limited amount of episodes. If it was a TV series, had 26 episodes or something, and they could really expand on the story and everything, maybe it would have been a lot better. It could have been awesome, but I have to say it. I have to say it. This show is overhyped all to hell. Oh. So if you liked it back in the day when it was fresh and new, keep it in the back of your mind. Keep it fresh and new. Don't go back and revisit it. You'll just hurt yourself. I did. I went back and watched it, and I was like, no. I actually couldn't get through it again. I just couldn't. But that goes to show. That goes to show with a lot of different series. So, yeah, keep your memories happy. Don't go back and watch this. It's overhyped, and if you go back and watch it, you'll realize very quickly why. With that, like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more kind to our next anime series, and we'll see you in the next video.